Peace. What's good, guys? How's it going? Hope y'all are doing well. Money in the Bank is tonight. Let's go over the match card, and I'm going to give you guys my predictions. I kind of wanted to wait in case there were any more matches that were going to be added to the card. So I'm going to go over the men and women's Money in the Bank matches last. Let's start off with Bianca Belair versus Carmela for the Raw Women's Championship. Bianca Belair. Hands down. Continuing on in that same ballpark, Ronda Rousey versus Natalya for the Smackdown Women's Championship. Ronda Rousey. Ronda Rousey should totally destroy Natalya. She should totally fuck her up. Like, big time. Like, if I was booking this, I would have the match done in about like 5 minutes. Because this shouldn't be a 15, 20 minute barn burner of a match. It just shouldn't. You know, no one takes Natalya serious. She's not a threat at all to Ronda. And with SummerSlam in about 3.5 weeks, no, 4 weeks away, you know, we need to really get Ronda in a pretty decent feud. You know, SummerSlam is the second biggest pay-per-view of the year. So they got to do something. The Usos, the ones, we the ones, versus the Street Profits for the undisputed WWE Tag Team Championships. The Usos, hands down. No one's going to dethrone the Usos. And I don't think that the Street Profits will break up, even though they mentioned that last night in a promo. I don't think that that's going to happen. I think that the Street Profits, they do pretty good in merch. And I just don't see them breaking them up. I just don't see it. I mean, Montez is a star. He can be a star. But, you know, if they break up the Street Profits and you have Montez on his own and Dawkins by himself, that's going to be kind of a fuck up because, let's be honest here, Dawkins, he's all right, but he wouldn't survive as a singles guy. He just wouldn't. I would keep them together. I would keep the Profits together. I would. If you want to kind of break them up, you can kind of have them as an alliance. But I just think that they're not going to break up the Street Profits. I think they're just like the New Day. I don't think that they're ever going to be broken up, period, regardless. You can't have one without the other. Obviously, Montez is the more over of the group. He's the more charismatic of the group. But Dawkins by himself would not do well. He wouldn't do well at all, period. He just would not. And I would probably see him released within about a few months. They would release him. I think he would be dead in the water if they break up the Street Profits, if they ever thought about that. But I don't think they're gonna break them up at all. I really and truthfully, I don't know what you can do with the Street Profits. You know, they're not gonna win, so I don't know what you're gonna do. I don't know what you're gonna do. I guess you could send them back down to NXT for a little bit. You know, That's kind of what I would do. I mean, they're just there just to be there, you know. Right now, with this whole bloodline storyline going on with Roman Reigns and the bloodline, you're not going to have the Profits win the tag titles. So I would just send them down to NXT for a little bit, I guess. Bobby Lashley versus Theory for the United States Championship. I hate seeing Bobby in this position. I do. I hate it for him. I hate it. I honestly hate it because it's a bunch of bullshit. I would much rather Lashley be in Lesnar's position with Reigns. To me, this feels so beneath Lashley. It does. It feels like we're going backwards. The guy was on the right track. Got him away from MVP. He's been WWE champion a couple times. You know, he's done pretty well on his own. He did pretty good in the Omos feud. But I don't think that Lashley needs to be champion. I think that if he does win, which he more than likely will, that you basically need to put him on the main event scene. Raw has no champions. Raw has no main event championship to fight over. It has no main championship to fight over. My pick to win is Lashley. You can still have Theory and Cena feud with one another without the U.S. Championship being involved. So that's what I would do. I would put it on Lashley. Have Lashley have a little decent run with it, maybe about 3 or 4 month reign, and then put him in the main title picture with Roman Reigns. That's what I would do. Kevin Owens versus Ezekiel. Kevin Owens. I mean, when is this going to end? When is this storyline going to end? Like, is there an end in sight for this story? Because I don't see the point. I mean, I'm loving the segments that they've done so far and everything else, but there has to be an end game for all this shit, man. So my pick to win is Kevin Owens. On to the women's Money in the Bank ladder match. Lacey Evans versus Alexa Bliss versus Liv Morgan versus Raquel Gonzalez versus Asuka versus Shotzi versus Becky Lynch. My main pick to win is Becky, just because it's an easy out, and that way they can go ahead and get over Bianca and Becky 3, get that over and done with. Another good pick would be interesting. I want to say Lacey Evans, because they built her up for the last few weeks, you know. So she's my second pick. My third pick, as a dark horse, I'm torn between Liv Morgan and Shotzi. And I like both Liv Morgan and Shotzi. I would love to see Shotzi win it, though. That would be great for me. I would love it. So Shotzi would be my dark horse. That's, my pick right there as a dark horse is Shotzi. But we all know Becky's going to win. I mean, it's kind of a done deal. Just go ahead and get over and done with Bianca and Becky 3. Just go ahead and do it. I mean, we know you've got to sell out a stadium for SummerSlam in like 4 weeks. So it's the easiest thing to book. So why not just do Bianca, Becky 3, maybe like a last woman standing match or something like that. I don't know. Just something to end the feud. Maybe a steel cage match. You know, has to be a certain type of stipulation so that way the feud can end. Maybe a falls count anywhere, a no holds barred match. You know, anything. Because they're gonna go down that route. Um, the men's Money in the Bank match. Seth Rollins versus Sheamus versus Drew McIntyre versus Omos versus Sami Zayn versus Riddle versus Madcap Moss. He won a Fatal 4-Way last night involving Happy Corbin and Ezekiel and The Miz. Okay, my main pick and everyone else's main pick. For me, it tells an easy story. The highest of the century, all over again. Seth Rollins. That's my main pick to win. The second main pick, I would love for it to happen, would be Matt Riddle. I would love it. There's so much story that you can go in with. It would be great. You could kind of have Randy come back whenever he does, turn heel on Riddle, and maybe challenge him for the Money in the Bank, briefcase, and take it from him. So I just think that Riddle could tell a really good story. As a dark horse, I'm torn between Sami Zayn and Drew McIntyre. We could have a really, really fun story with Sami Zayn winning it, and to where for months he's trying to get in with the bloodline and saying, Roman, I'm not going to cash in on you at all, man. I've got your back. I got the Usos back. I'm down with you guys. I'm down with you guys. And then maybe at SummerSlam, well, no, not SummerSlam, maybe at like Survivor Series or something like that, we see Sami Zayn take out Roman Reigns in an attempt to cash in, and then the Usos, they cost Sami a shot at the title or whatever, something like that. I mean, you could have so much potential fun with Sami Zayn as Money in the Bank winner. Drew McIntyre would be an easy out as well. They do have Clash at the Castle coming in 2 months, so you could do that. That would be an easy out. Drew could just come out and just tell Roman, hey, look, man, I'm cashing in my Money in the Bank briefcase. I'm going to face you at Clash at the Castle. I mean, that's an easy out. That's kind of what I would do. I think Rollins is more than likely going to win. It makes the most sense. Riddle would be great. You could tell a great story with that. Same thing with Sami Zayn. Madcap Moss is just there just to kind of essentially just to be there to see how he'll do. I think he'll have a good showing. But after this is all said and done with, who do you feud with Madcap? What does Madcap do? There's got to be more to his character arc. So what do you do with Madcap? Sheamus will be fine, he'll be fine. Omos, I don't even know why he's even in. Like, it makes the match that much more dreadful to kind of deal with. Hopefully they take out Omos early in the match. Like, that's what I'm hoping for. He's just another giant just to be there. I mean, we all know they're going to give him a Big Show-esque type of ladder anyway. So I hope that they take out Omos early in this match, hopefully. Well, my main pick to win is Seth Rollins. My second choice would be Riddle. And then as a dark horse, I'm going to go with Sami Zayn. So on that note, thank you guys for watching. Please hit the like button, comment down below, and subscribe for more videos. I'll catch you guys later. Peace.